Civicis, take 2. 3, 2, 1. Action.
Fantastic. Well done. What a big man you are. Vivi, you must be very proud of yourself. Cheating on 3 ladies at a go. But there be an excuse. I've sat down here listening to your repulsive diatribes against women. Hey, wait to catch it. Is your mother not a woman? Or she's an alien?
Cut. Oh, yeah.
You welcome back from that breeder. This is your take, and we are taking his take on the Men's View movie. Though the movie is yet to come out, but believe me, we have started talking about it because we want to whet your appetite on the movie. If there is anything at all that you would want to write to us, leave your view at the comment section below for us, and we would highly appreciate it. But before we continue with our conversation, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please, this is the time. Don't postpone this. Click on it, subscribe to our channel, hit on the notification icon to get alert on all that we will be putting here, and share for the world to get to know what we are doing. My name is Louise Bequin, and he is Mr. Oti, the brain behind the movie Men's View. Mr. Oti, yes, before we went on break, I introduced the Brefort law to our people. Talk to us about it, because whoever watches the video would get to know that the movie is basically or solely based on the law, Brefort's law. What is it about?
Okay, then before I go into Brefort's law, I feel it's important that I also outline this. There are other aspects of the movie. It's not just solely Brefort's law, but Brefort's law does play, kind of an underlying, role or concept in the whole storyline. Okay, Brefort's law, it's just to make it quite simple, whereby the female cannot, and when we say female, we're looking at either mammals, of course human beings are mammals, so, but with regards to this movie, I think it's more on the human female, whereby she cannot see any benefit in relating with a male. There is not going to be any association. That's what I was talking about, value, high value man. If you're not bringing what she feels are her requirements, she does not permit an association between herself and prospective male partner. So that's what Brefort's law kind of entails, if I to keep it really simple. Yeah.
Louise, last time we had conversation with Louise, one of the characters in the film.
Yeah.
Yes, he also told us about the Brefort's law. I intentionally asked you because I believe that interpretation, they say, is inherent in the source. And I think this is what Louis also gave to us. Same meaning. But how did you come up with this? Where did you find it? How did you come across it? Yes.
Okay. With Brefort's law, again, like I have made mention of, we were conducting research because we don't just get up and write a script. You need to check, get information, to build up that storyline. So some of my searches based on what I've been witnessing with these podcasts and YouTube channels, I heard one of a talk show guy made mention of Briffel's law, and then we were talking about it, and another word that came up was hypergamy. I'll go into that later on. So Briffel's law, talking about it, I'm like, what's this about? So I, hopped into Google, keyed in a few words, and then boom, it came out, Briffel's law, and I read through it, and then I sat down and I thought about it, and I'm like, I can relate to this, not just myself, but a couple of friends in the past, in their experiences with some girls. And I do remember a friend of mine, he was trying to date a particular girl. That was back in can I use the word college, or uni. And this girl would not give him any time of day, not interested in him. But later on, when this guy built himself up socioeconomically, he has a nice car now, he's looking good, it's not like what she was used to back in uni, whereby a skinny guy looking hungry, this guy has his game on point now, he's going somewhere, and then he calls me up and is like, oh, do you remember this lady from back in the day? I bumped into her, started chatting, exchanging numbers, and I remember, this guy was not interested in him back then, but now, a few years down the line, she is on his case, chatting him up, being so nice. Look, I don't want to call her gold digger or something like that, but then, it's kind of fitting what Briffel's was talking about. Like now when he has value, she is interested. Again, I'm not saying all women are like this, but then a lot of women do this. And I can understand. I like to say it's part of biology, isn't it? In the woman's DNA and biology to seek out a high-ranking male because she needs that male to be the father of her offspring. Protect, give good genes, good traits, ensures longevity. And that's what I feel, connects Briffel's law to our research and to the movie. And that is why we thought, this is something we must put inside there, so that guys get to see it and understand how, at times, women make choices. You might sit down and think that, oh, she's not responding to my text, she's not getting back to me. For all she does not see value in you and what you're bringing as of then. You need to get your act together if you're going to be getting a good partner in a woman. Because, she's making a big sacrifice on, when she's getting involved with you. She's looking for the ideal partner. And that's where the word hypergamy comes in, because women date up. She's going to be looking for somebody above her, socio-economically. Yeah.
Do you think our women have been erroneously socialized to have that perception?
That's a question. I don't know how I'm going to answer that. Maybe yes and no. I think with the influence of Western culture, I believe, brings that to the forefront a lot. Because when I look at the West scenarios unfolding over there, again, I know I've been using the word recent, but hey, I've got to make mention so that people know that we did actually get, some good material to relate to and work on. Western culture, it's very evident. And I believe, look, we're in the studio, what are we wearing? Western type clothing. Yeah, we are dealing with Western culture in our societies now. So it is popping up. Whereby I think these days we don't have that traditional woman like we really, or our fathers knew back in the day. Women are now like men, go-getters, she's competing with you at work. She's, rubbing shoulders with you, trying to also build a business. That's one aspect of the movie I feel in the first stages we portray. I think we've released a snippet out on YouTube where there's a lady, contending with Ola or DeGraft, and she's talking about she wants a career to come first. So these are the kind of things, So yes, it's not as what we have in the Western world, whereby it's so much at the front now, it's very evident. I think it's happening here, and eventually it's going to be like what it is in the West. Yeah.
So do you think going forward, some of our women are likely to say that I can provide for myself, so I don't need a man in my life?
They already are.
Really?
Yes.
They're doing it?
Yes. Yes.
Share with us experience or the research.
It's more of experiences, and I can even, let me just, again, not to offend some of the ladies, especially some. Mind you, I lost quite a few lady friends just because of this project. We were casting, audition stuff, and in the casting process, we were talking to the ladies and the guys, of course, and trying to break down to them what this movie is about. And I realized some of the ladies were, I like to use the word, triggered. So yes, you see, they were triggered because they were like, in future I'm going to be an independent woman. Once I'm done with uni, I don't think I need a man. I pay my own bills. But that narrative is not the best, for building our societies. We need each other. Men need women, and women need men. I don't think it's the best. I think it's something that we should discourage. That mindset of, I've never really taken to that concept of I'm a strong, and I think it tends to be something you find with women in the States, in the Americas, in the Western world, black women especially. I'm not trying to bash on them or something like that. I'm just trying to be honest. Strong, black, independent woman. I think that's a phrase or narrative quite a few people have heard. It's a strong, black, independent woman kind of thing. I don't think it's the best. We are social creatures. Strong. I don't think we find men going around saying I'm a strong, black, independent man. It's not the best. We need each other. And we need to learn to work with each other, when it comes to dating, when it comes to interactions between men and women, because they're strong and independent. Independent of what? You're paying your own bills. I don't think that is anything to be so, like putting out there. Yeah, if you're an adult and you're paying your own bills, it's the norm. What's the big deal about that? But women, in some scenarios, like to go like, strong, black, independent woman, or strong, independent. I don't need a man. No, you do need a man. I like to play a funny trick. Like I say, my experience, this is an experience. The lady was going like that. I'm like, okay, in future, you're going to try and buy a nice car, right? You're like, yeah. I'm like, I'd like to see you change the tire of a car one day. I'd just like to see you do it on your own. Strong, independent woman. Just change that car tire on. Let's see how it works out for you. And she was a bit triggered. What are you trying to say? I'm like, that's something you're going to find really tough to do. That's what men are able to do much more. I'm not saying you cannot do it, but it's tougher on you, the woman, in doing it. So women need men, men need women.
Let this be our final question here. With this, what is your take on how men should prepare to face women looking at the trend?
Okay, I think I'm going to have two versions. My version is this, in dealing with women, I think you should be very upfront with what you want from her. Don't waste time. If you like a girl, I wouldn't say go out there and tell her you love her. I don't think you should be showering gifts on her. Keep it simple. Try and establish that rapport. In the first few dates, make it quite simple. And try and find out if she's attracted to you physically. I think women, like I say, before they deal with you, they make sure they're getting what they expect from you. I'm not saying like all of my gold diggers, but they evaluate you and like, okay, you meet my requirements. As a man, also make sure she also meets your requirements. And like I like to believe for most men, you're physically attracted to her. These days I don't really believe that traditional woman is the norm. I think women are sexually liberated, like, what men are doing, women are doing. So if you're attracted to her, it might not sound so nice and Christian, the kind of talk I'm engaging in. But I say, hey, get what you want. Let her know this is what I want and this is what I expect. And in return, I'm going to make sure I provide, what your requirements. So everybody gains. Because what's the point in taking a girl out on multiple dates, eventually she's telling you, I'm waiting for the final day. It might sound a bit, but like, hey, I feel a lot of the dynamics now, women are not traditional as they used to be back in the day with our mothers and the older generations. Now, they're liberated. So, if a man is going inside there and especially, the kind of lady you're also dealing with, is she the type who party, what I'm talking like social media focus, that kind of, then you should know you're not having you're not really dealing with a traditional, because a traditional woman is a modest woman. She's reserved, virtue, that kind of stuff. You know, my fancy entry is not a good, but I think they asked them like Obaya, Titsno, that kind of stuff. I hope I'm sounding right in the way I'm pronouncing or saying things. But yeah, it's like that. I think that is that's how I deal these days. Because I feel I use the expression, I'm red pilled. So when I'm engaging the lady, I let you know what I want. Of course, you're also going to let me know what you want. Now, I can go on to the other version of what should be like. Oh, be a nice guy, be a gentleman, you know, treat her with courtesy, take her out on multiple dates, be patient. Yeah, it's all good, but there's depth to the expression, nice guys finish last. You see, and I don't think most men want to date a lady and then later on you're put to the side and you do not get that intimacy you wanted. Again, I know I'm not sounding too nice and Christian-wise with the talk, but I think it's being very realistic. I like to be very realistic these days. Yeah.
So that is his take. If you want to take her to the altar, if you want to take her home, then look for the traditional one. Well, he also made mention of something. If he's the outing partying type, we're not defining anyone here. This is his take. What is your take? This is your take. And of course, the show is your take. So leave your take down there in the comment section below, and we would highly appreciate it. We're taking a break for a minute. And when we're back, he's going to tell us about preparation, how was production, some challenges that they faced, and going forward, what should we expect from the production team so far as filming is concerned, or Men's View is concerned. Stay with us. We'll be back.